looks like you're my guinea pig. Do you hear me this time? Good morning, all you need. You're the only ones back so far. Just let me know. This is... We've had some technical issues this morning. How are we looking? Anybody hear me? Can you hear me this time? Is all well? I'm just going to wait till somebody answers. I can hear you. Awesome. Hey, you may. You can hear. Okay. And we're not getting the weird intro thing. Well, I'm going to play the intro again anyway because this is a new stream and that's what we do here. So, ladies and gentlemen, play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dawg Knight. And stop the music. Hey, good morning. It's Monday, and clearly I've had some technical difficulties. Now, when I came to my computer, the reason I'm talking a little less animated than I've done on Friday and Saturday is because I realized that when I have the microphone this close to myself, I don't have to talk as loud. And I was so excited about that hashtag, the 80s music hashtag, that I went nuts. But I'm not going to go nuts today. When I came to my computer this morning, it had one of those little Dell updates. You know, it has 3 updates from Dell. So I clicked that button, and first of all, I had all these tabs open, ready for the show this morning. And the updates, not thinking, completely restarted my computer. So then I go, okay, I'm going to see if I can find the tabs again, and I found them all. But whatever happened in that update... clearly screwed up everything. My microphone wasn't working. The sound on my monitor wasn't working. The sound on my there wasn't working. The sound on my head, nothing was working. So that's why we had to restart the show this morning. But, you know, I do this for you. So anyway, good morning. And all you need was first twice in a row this morning. So you get the double. Where's my bell? You get the double bell. You get 2 bells. And good morning, Richo. Good morning, Black Romeo. And good morning, Zombie Teddy. That looks like all we have here. Well, there's a lurker in there somewhere. But people are slowly coming in. Max Del Rio, how you doing? So today, I had all these tabs ready to go. And I had the story that I wanted to tell in the beginning, and they're all gone now. So I'm going to be scrolling and talking while I'm talking to you. But hey, how was everyone's weekend? I couldn't hear the voices in my head. I couldn't hear the voices in my head. I couldn't hear the voice. All I could see was people typing, screaming at me that they couldn't hear me, and that the intro was on a loop, which my intro isn't supposed to ever go on a loop. Anyway, how was everyone's weekend? Just out of curiosity. I know I had a fun weekend. If you didn't happen to show up Saturday, I spent quite a while. I went back to that 80s music taught me hashtag, and my daughter AJ came, and we sat here. Well, she sat here for a few minutes, and then I continued for about an hour and 15 minutes. But we generally had a good weekend. Had my daughter over for lunch on Sunday, and Grandma came over, and it was just it was a decent day. So, let's see. I even had a joke ready for this morning, and now I forgot it too. Okay, here we go. So, an elderly golfer comes in after a good round of golf at a new golf course and heads straight to the bar. The bar restaurant area of the clubhouse, and he passes through the swinging doors where he spots a sign hanging over the bar that reads, "Cold beer, $5, hamburger, $10, cheeseburger, $15.50, chicken sandwich, $18.50, hand job, $250. Checking his wallet to be sure he had the necessary money, the old golfer walks up to the bar and beckons the exceptionally attractive female bartender, who was serving drinks to a couple of sun-wrinkled golfers. She lies down behind the bar across from the old golfer. Yes, she inquires with a wide, knowing smile. May I help you, sir? The old golfer leans over the bar and whispers, I was wondering, young lady, are you the one who gives the hand jobs around here? She looks into his wrinkled eyes, and with a smile she purrs, well, yes, I am. The old golfer leans a little closer into her, and she says to her ear softly, well, be sure to wash your hands, because I really, really want a cheeseburger. Okay, so, damn it, YouTube, why notification? I don't know. It's all messed up. Here, I'll put the Twitter here. There's the Twitter. If y'all want to share that, just if you're on Twitter, you can retweet that, or you know what? The Morning Night Live is sponsored by you. And right down here, this side, I did the right one this time, is that little arrow that says share. You can click that share button and share it wherever you want to share it. And, you know, we'll just have some fun. Also, hey, if you didn't notice too, by the way, I'm starting to make smaller clips of the show available after the show. So I did a few last night. So if there's people you want to share those with too, go to those videos and share those. That'd be very, very helpful to me also. And also, if you want to do super chats, we also do Streamlabs down there, down in the description, or it'll be in the chat every once in a while if you want to do that. So anyway, let's get into, I was, because of all my tabs are gone, I gotta, like I said, I have to scroll and find some of them. I had mostly just funny articles today. I wasn't going to stick with too many current events, but there, there is one person though that I really, really like to talk about, and that is Jussie Smollett. So let's give you a little Jussie Smollett update, and this is from the Daily Wire. Now I haven't previewed this article yet, but I knew that this was happening. Breaking: Chicago takes new legal action against Jussie Smollett. The city of Chicago announced on Thursday that it is filing a civil lawsuit against Jussie Smollett after the actor refused to reimburse the city for costs associated with the investigation of his alleged hate crime hoax. Chicago sent Smollett a letter in late March demanding that he pay $130,000 to offset the costs of the attack investigation, saying there's a reasonable and legally justifiable amount to collect to help offset the cost of the investigation. Now, what they were actually asking for, that is, have you gotten a hashtag for news yet? No, I don't do a news hashtag. You can, I'll finish this right in a second. I don't have a hashtag. You can DM me. My DMs on Twitter are open, or you can send things to me through my email, which is at Dawg Knight. Here, let me show you where that is. You can see it here on the screen. At Dawg Knight, right down here, is my Twitter handle over here. Or if you just put the ad on the other side and add gmail.com, that's my email address. You can do them either way, and I check those fairly regularly. If you do it by email, you may want to notify me also if I don't get it. Anyway, back to Mr. Smollett and the city of Chicago. The $130,000 that they're asking for is to cover the overtime costs of the investigation. So that's just the overtime. So imagine what the entire bill would have been. So anyway, Smollett failed to pay the amount at the end of the one-week deadline that Chicago set in place, despite being warned that he would face legal action if he refused. Mr. Smollett has refused to reimburse the city of Chicago for the cost of police overtime spent investigating his false police report on January 29th, 2019. Bill McCaffrey, City of Chicago Department of Law, said in a statement. The law department is now drafting a civil complaint that will be filed in the Circuit Court of Cook County. Once it is filed, the law department will send a courtesy copy of the complaint to Mr. Smollett's Los Angeles-based legal team. The law department will file suit in the near future. As a part of this legal action, the law department will pursue the full measure of damages allowed under the ordinance, the statement continued. The City of Chicago and Chicago Law Department will not have any further comment at this time. So that's interesting because they actually might have a case here. And I think, I don't know if it's not necessarily beyond a reasonable doubt. I think it's a civil suit, so civil suits are pretty much preponderance of evidence, and apparently they have plenty of evidence. And I think that for a new case, that evidence may well be unsealed by then. Anyway, on Thursday, the Daily Wire reported that Chicago's newly elected mayor, Lori Lightfoot, had made it a top priority for her administration to figure out what happened in the Smollett case. Now, that's a little bit surprising, too, because Lori Lightfoot is also very out there on the radical end of the left, but she's also a former attorney, so maybe she's going to be a little as serious as Rahm Emanuel has been about this. We cannot create the perception that if you're rich, oh, that's right, but she does play, not economy politics. What's the word for it? Class politics, class warfare. Anyway. We cannot create the perception that if you're rich or famous or both, that you got one set of justice, and for everybody else, it's something much harsher. That won't do, and we need to make sure that we have a criminal justice system that has integrity, Lightfoot said in an interview. The state's attorney's office has to provide more information about the rationale for the decision to drop the charges. No, not yet. I'm going to backtrack. By the way, good morning to some more people who showed up. Sarah, Max Del Rio, Deck Tran. Yes, absolutely. Good morning. It is the correct. Oh, wait. The state's attorney's office has to provide more information about the rationale for the decision to drop the charges. While the reaction to the charges being dropped against Smollett has been overwhelmingly negative, of course, Representative Maxine Waters, Democrat, California, praised the move. It is the correct thing that charges were dropped, Maxine said, or Waters said this week. First of all, we probably will never know of all the details. I can't do a Maxine Waters. I had a good one. I had her down about a week ago, but I can't do it this morning. Anyway, we've heard a lot of information. No one was hurt. That is physically killed, shot. He never committed a crime before. That is false. He forfeited the bail, and it's this kind of situation where they close the case all over the country every day. I've learned this isn't unusual. Au contraire, mon frere. It is absolutely... they do not drop the charges in these cases. They do plea bargain them out to no jail time, community service, major fines, and especially in felony cases in the Cook County, Illinois, I still haven't seen a single case, as we looked at several. Not a single case where a felony charge of disorderly conduct was dismissed with community service and a fine. Now, some misdemeanor cases where it was misdemeanor, false police report cases, some of those were dismissed after the community service, which was assigned by the court, was done, and a fine. But in this case, the community service that he did wasn't even assigned by the court. It wasn't commensurate with the number of charges or the felony charges. Usually the least amount of service I've seen in any of these cases has been 30 hours of community service. And Jussie Smollett did, I think, 16 or 19 or something, some ridiculous amount at a organization that he was already a member of, which is Jesse Jackson's Operation Rainbow Push. So, yeah, Maxine, you're talking straight out of your 5-star. Anyway, Waters went on to praise Smollett, saying he's an extremely talented man who people have come to love because he is on TV. Yeah, the very few that actually know who the hell he was before this story broke. I'm hopeful that he will go on with his career and be successful. I think his career is pretty much over for now, at least for a long period of time. After the charges were dropped, Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel slammed the decision, calling it a whitewash of justice. The city saw its reputation dragged through the mud. Emanuel said this is without a doubt a whitewash. That's interesting words he put that. Anyway, a whitewash of justice, and sends a clear message that if you're in a position of influence and power, you'll be treated one way, other people will be treated another way. There's no accountability in the system. It is wrong, full stop. So, hey, guess what? This is a breaking story, and it says at the bottom here, refresh pages for updates. So let's see. Let's refresh the page and see if there's anything new on here. Okay, that is it for now. Oh, that's because this is from a few days ago. But anyway, yeah. So, oh man, the saga continues. I got a feeling that. And here's the other thing. Apparently, the way they sent this this demand for money from Jussie Smollett, he has to. Because it's now he didn't do it within the time allotted, they can get triple the damages from him if they succeed in a civil case. So he's looking at about $390,000. He's also, and also I think there's some ordinance in Chicago that they can charge him via the city charges and not state charges. So and there's still federal charges pending, or at least a federal investigation pending into the letter that he might have sent himself and all that other stuff. So anyway, that's the Jussie update. Hey, you know, because I don't have my tabs open, I'm just going to go right into Twitter trends. Give me 1 second here. If I can, oh, there's a whole bunch of new stuff on here. Let's see. Why is this so? This is sorry, folks. I'm just completely messed up today with that issue with the old start. Oh, here we go. There's my okay. That's what I was looking for. I found that. Okay, so we'll do. Let's do. Tell you what. Let's do some stories. Let's have some story time besides Jussie Smollett, because you know we can't live on Jussie alone. Man cannot live on Jussie alone. Here's a feel-good story of the year. Oh, hey, Pirate Pete, how you doing? Okay, that is funny, Pete. I have to apologize to my friend Amanda. I took my pants off at her gender reveal party. I thought we were all participating. Okay, let's get to the feel-good story of the year, or not. Man who had a 2-day erection has tip of his penis amputated by doctors. Oh, God. Why? A man in India had to have his penis partially amputated after he developed gangrene from an erection that lasted 2 days. Oh, the unnamed 52-year-old presented himself to doctors because he couldn't get rid of the painful, sustained erection. Bungling medics swiftly drained the blood from his penis, but left a catheter in and tightly dressed his penis, causing the patient to develop black gangrene. Oh! They were left with little option but to amputate after he reported back to them showing signs of severe tissue damage caused by the acute loss of blood circulation. I don't know why I'm still reading this. Oh, have you had enough? Do I want to finish this? Details of the highly unusual case, which occurred at King George's Medical University in Lucknow, hell, bad Lucknow, northern India, were published last month in the British Medical Journal. The man had been suffering from a priapism, a medical term for a persistent and painful erection. God, I think that's enough of that article. Have you had enough yet? You know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to let you sit on that for a second while I open the rest of my other tabs because they need to be open. I found my missing tabs. Oh, gosh. Oh, good God. Oh, what happened? Now, there you go. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Anyone else have a feel-good story for today? Okay, finally, we're back in business, folks. You know, gosh, sometimes updates can just talk about a hard day. Oh, wow. Okay, let's get back into the articles here. All right, so we've had enough of that story. Let's go to the next one. University of Wisconsin hosting an underwater opera. Hey. Wisconsin University is preparing to stage a musical performance in a unique venue, underwater. Lawrence University announced Breathe, a multidisciplinary water opera that will be performed in and around the water at the pool in the school's wellness center in Appleton. The unusual performance will feature dancers, percussionists, singers, trumpets, flute, a cello, a keyboardist, and a bass player. When we normally consider the arts, we put it on stage and we sit there, and there it is. But here, the audience is going to interact in a much different way, composer and musical director Lauren Kiyoshi Dempster told WFRV-TV. Dempster said he was initially skeptical when he was approached about the project by creator and choreographer Gabriel Forestieri. But some experiments had surprising results. Eventually, I just tried dunking a very, very cheap cello. For those who are instrumentalists, it's not a very nice one, but I tried it, and it actually worked. It's been kind of one of the great surprises of my life that you could play a cello underwater. Gosh. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're performing The Little Mermaid. Very good, Dectran. That's the perfect joke for this. Okay, here's one. Man accused of lending car to a friend in exchange for meth, then reporting a carjacking. So I would say this is a false police report. I wonder. Well, let's read the story, and then I have a question at the end. This happened in Memphis. A man has been arrested after he made a false report about a carjacking on March 24, 2019, on the 4600 block of Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, police said. According to the report, officers arrived at the scene at 11 a.m. The victim, Joshua Scott, told officers... What? The victim, Joshua Scott, told officers struck him in the face. What? I don't think that's what he meant. This is another editing issue. Anyway, struck him in the face and stole his 2011 Nissan Sentra. On April 2nd, investigators met up with Scott again to discuss the investigation into the report. After Scott provided another statement, investigators determined there were some inconsistencies. They confronted Scott with evidence and determined the report was fabricated. Scott then admitted that he reported the carjacking to cover up the fact that he gave his vehicle to a friend in exchange for meth. He has been charged with false reporting. Now, if he were black and gay and could have claimed racial and homophobic slurs, he may be able to get the charges dropped. Oh, wait, he's not black. Okay, never mind. Stop lying to the police. I'm sorry, just stop lying to the police. Okay. You know what? I just thought of something else. Here's the thing. What's missing from this broadcast? Anybody? Anybody? What's missing? Who knows the answer? I'm sure somebody knows. I know. The other thing, you know what I just thought of too? So I just saw a news report. I think they had this girl on the what was it on? It was like the Good Morning America or the Today Show or something. Did you know, like, there's this 13-year-old YouTuber who has a YouTube channel where she does ASMR videos, and apparently she pulls in something like $1,000 a week doing ASMR videos. I know that I could do that, although apparently she's the ASMR queen or something like that. Maybe it's even more than that, because she says she makes like over $100,000 a year doing ASMR videos. I don't get it. I've got to look this up, because think about it. If I did ASMR videos, do you think that I could possibly have some success doing that? It's just about whispering, right? Making funny noises, right? Here, I can sip my coffee. Listen, watch, listen. Oh, by the way, I do have my coffee. My reparations coffee is in hand. And if I just sat here and did this. Do you think people? No. No, I don't know. I know it's the noises. It's the sounds of being really quiet, but I could really put that little vibration in my voice when I need to. Could I do that? I don't know why I wouldn't be able to do that. Okay, now hold on. I don't have to mute give me 1 second. I have to mute my desktop for a second just so I don't blow your ears out, because we do need some background music. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I did that. Now let's do that, and then let's turn this way down. Let me get this going. Okay. Are you ready? Here we go. Yeah. That's kind of nice. We got a little funk. You know, I was listening to playback on the other day when I forgot to put the music on, and I realized that when I say the word funk, it doesn't always sound right. It always sounds a little bit like I'm saying the bad word. You know, Deck Tran, I think so. Good point, Deck Tran. Yes, I think ASMR is boring too, and I can't figure out. I looked it up one day on YouTube, and people watch hundreds of thousands of views on this stupid whispering and making weird noises. I don't get it. Hello, MC. Welcome. All right, let's go to another story because, I think we need to. Hey, did you hear about this one? Now, this one really annoys me because, let's just read the headline. Rutger professor suggests that the concept of time is racist. God. When white male European philosophers first thought to conceptualize time in history, good God, is there anything that can't be declared inherently racist? The College Fix report. Rutgers professors, even the concept of time is racist. One of the privileges of being a tenured professor in the field of studies. Now, you know what I think about anything that ends in the word studies. If you major in anything that ends in the word studies, you may want to start studying menus. But I digress. Tenured professor in the field of studies is that you can make up crap out of thin air, and majors in the field, fellow faculty, and progressive media all go, ooh, in amazement. Rutgers University's Brittany Cooper is a master at this. The associated professor of women and gender studies and Africana studies, who once opined that Jesus was potentially queer or was married to a prostitute, called black city officials she did not like white supremacists and blackface, and had nothing but words of the four-letter variety after the U.S. Supreme Court allowed for religious exemptions to the Obamacare contraceptive mandate, now says that the very concept of time itself is racially biased. Well, the sun comes up and the sun goes down, and that's time to me. I mean, whether there's time and... Anyway, let me just go on. I'll read the story. In an interview with NPR last week, Cooper said that the way we position ourselves in relationship to time comes out of histories of European and Western thought. In other words, white people own time. Wow. Oh my gosh. Time has a history, and so do black people. But we treat time as though it is timeless, as though it has always been this way, as though it doesn't have a political history bound up with the plunder of indigenous lands, the genocide of indigenous people, and the stealing of Africans from their homeland. When white male European philosophers first thought to conceptualize time and history, one famously declared, "Africa is no historical part of the world." He was essentially saying that Africans were people outside of history who had no impact on time or the march of progress. Come on, lady. Now we also see this idea that black people are people either alternatively outside the bounds of time or stuck in the past in a scenario where, much as I am doing right now, a black person stands up and insists that racism still matters, and a person, usually white, says to them, "Why are you stuck in the past?" Okay, but that, So I think what she's trying to say, maybe, I don't understand it completely. Maybe she's just saying that history, whatever, I didn't include black people, but what does that have to do with time? Time is whatever you make. Oh gosh. Just because people divided up the world scientifically based on how many times the earth rotates and how many times it goes around the sun, that's just a measurement. Just like the sun going up and the sun going down is a measurement, or how many days the sun goes up and the sun goes down as a measurement. It's time. Although, there is the stereotype that black people are always late. I avoid that stereotype as much as I can. I'd like to be on time for the most part, unless my computer restarts unexpectedly. Okay, enough about time. Enough of that. Enough of that. It's always something. And daylight saving time. Why black people and trans women of color are most affected. Okay, hey, woman allegedly sends nude kidnap photo to parents to extort them. Oh, this is a good one. The New York police charged a 21-year-old woman for grand larceny last week after allegedly faking her own kidnapping to get $75,000 from her parents in China, according to reports in the New York Daily News and the Daily Mail. Manhattan District Attorney's Office has yet to decide whether or not to charge her after the incident. Are you kidding me? Well, let's see. Did she make a false police report, or she just... I don't know how to... What is that? It's fraud. It's larceny. Yes! You charge her. Yehu He, who lives in the Manhattan neighborhood of Chelsea, allegedly sent pictures to her parents showing her tied up and naked to make them think she was kidnapped. Chelsea, Yehu He, did you really have to send naked pictures to your parents? Could you just have tied yourself up? Good Lord. She asked for $75,000 ransom, but they sent $20,000. Her parents later contacted her older sister, Yechu, who then told the NYPD that it was a hoax. Yehu reportedly lives in a $780,000 studio apartment that her older sister purchased in 2016. That, to me, is as big a part of the story as any of it else. A $780,000 studio apartment. Good Lord. A source told the New York Daily News the picture was far from convincing and looked like the victim had tied herself up. Okay, that's not the picture, but anyway. All right, well, she tried and got caught. That's kind of extortion or something. That's something. It's grand larceny. They got to charge her with something. She's not black and she's not homosexual. She's not getting away with this. Okay. What else? Identical twins ordered to pay child support to same child because they won't say which one of them is the real father. This is hello Sheograph. Good morning. Did I say Maniac Man? Oh, you changed your icon. That threw me off a little bit. Okay. And Cynical Lindsay. Good morning. A Brazilian judge ordered a pair of male identical twins to pay child support to a child whose paternity could not be determined after they both refused to assume responsibility, and a DNA test proved inconclusive because of their genetic similarity. Valeria, the mother of the child, originally filed a lawsuit for recognition of paternity against just one of the two brothers, Fernando, with whom she believes she had a short romantic relationship. What do you mean she believes? Oh, because she wasn't sure if it was the other one. He underwent a DNA test, which showed that there is a 99.9% probability that he was the father of the child. However, after seeing the results, Fernando continued to deny that he had fathered the girl, claiming instead that it had been his identical twin brother, Fabricio. The man's twin was also ordered to take a DNA test, which yielded the same results as Fernando's because the two have virtually the same genetic code. Wow. Left with no option, the judge ordered them both to pay child support for the same child. You know, what do you need to fess up? If I was the brother who knew he never slept with Valeria, I'd be like, hey, yo, I am not doing this. You are SOL, brother. Oh my gosh, the case had been in court since August 2017, but last month, Judge Felipe Luis Peruco, the Brazilian state of Goiás, ruled that because the two men continued to blame each other in a blatant attempt to escape responsibility, they would both need to pay 30% of the minimum wage as child support. So, you know what? That is a very creative way to try to get out of paying child support, but I guess it didn't work out. Okay. Let's see. Here's one. Father alleged. Now we got another one. Another fake. There's a lot of fake crimes going on in the world. Here's another one. Father allegedly staged home invasion to cover up stealing daughter's Girl Scout cookie sales. God, where do we find these awful people? A 40-year-old Oregonian has been arrested for allegedly staging an elaborate home invasion to cover up the theft of his daughter's Girl Scout cookie sales. On March 6th, the Forest Grove Police Department responded to a 911 call for a possible break-in, enter, and assault. When officers arrived at the scene of the alleged crime, they found the 40-year-old Brian Couture, the person who had made the emergency call, unresponsive. The man later told police that an unknown individual had entered his home through a sliding glass door, and despite his attempts to restrain him, the burglar managed to escape. A special canine unit was dispatched in the neighborhood to search for the suspect, which reportedly caused panic among the residents. There were cops from all over, dogs, the forensic team. They had crime scene tape everywhere, one local woman told KGW8. We put sticks in all of our doors, and I started setting the alarm during the day because I was afraid to be home by myself during the day. Police failed to find the alleged burglar and also noted several inconsistencies in Couture's recollection of events during the investigation. After confronting him, the homeowner, who had to be hospitalized for undisclosed injuries, admitted staging the home invasion. Couture admitted to Forest Grove police investigators that the alleged incident was staged, Forest Grove police said in a statement. Investigators believe that Couture staged the incident in order to conceal theft of money belonging to a non-profit organization and that it was spent inappropriately. So, white guy, not gay, he's going to jail. All right. We'll do a couple more and then we'll get into Twitter trends. What time is it? How am I doing here? Oh, I'm way behind because of my technical difficulties early, so we'll do one more and then we'll go into Twitter trends. Okay, here we go. Now, yep. Oh, we have a trans animal. Oh gosh. Man who never felt human now lives his life as a dog in a 2,000-pound fur suit. This gives a whole new meaning to the word furry. Kaz James, 37, from Salford, Great Manchester, carries items with his teeth and snacks on bonios, whatever that means. Oh man, a human pup. I don't even want to watch the video. A human pup who says he has never felt like a man eats his meals out of a dog bowl, wears a dog mask, and often barks at, licks, and bites his friends. Kaz James, 37, claims he's felt like a dog since childhood and says he's always felt weird and unable to relate to others before finally allowing his pup persona to shine through in his late teens. A store manager from Salford, Greater Manchester, has had help from an online puppy play community. An online puppy play community and open-minded friends to transition from part-time pooch to confident canine. Okay, self-professed full-time orange, brown, and camel canine unleashes his doggy personality by barking at friends, carrying items with his teeth, and snacking on bonios. Oh, lovely. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He regularly greets pals by barking, licking, or biting them. Outside of work, he can be found in customized rubber outfits, masks, dog leads, harnesses, and even bespoke 2,000 pounds for a suit. I didn't ever feel human. I always felt like a dog. That was really out of place, he said. I never really had a name for it. I do. You're nuts, fella. Being a pup wasn't the thing I knew about. I met other people like me. I felt when I met other people like me. There's other people like you, okay? I felt I could be myself. I was known by my friends for saying hello to them, by grabbing a hold of the collar of their shirt in my teeth and biting or I'd have kicked his sorry ass. Very canine type behaviors. It was always how I was. Okay. Anybody had enough of this dude? I'm done. I can't even do it. This article goes on and on and on. Oh, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm done. No more. I'm not gonna do it. I just can't. Besides, it's time for Twitter trends. Let's find out what's happening in the world today. Let's find out what's going on and what people are gonna be talking about later in the day. Oh gosh, I tell you what. There are some. There's probably. I'm sure there's someone somewhere who says, "Oh, this is perfectly normal." I don't care. Let's get into the Twitter trends for today, shall we? What's trending on Twitter today? Now, of course, every Monday, pretty much one of the top things is going to be something about Monday, and today it's Monday motivation. All right, so like we do, I'm not going to. Let's see. I got a Monday motivation, I got a Monday morning, and I got a Monday thoughts as opposed to Monday thoughts. but let's just do the Monday motivation. We'll read the top one, and then we'll find one good one. Unless the top one's really good, then we can easily move on. Oh, but it says Ranting Monkey is tweeting about this, so there might be a good one right at the top. Monday motivation in the top one. Oh my gosh, the number one Monday motivation is from the Ranting Monkey. Okay, this is not bad. 100 years from now, no one will know you existed. Make a mark today. Hey, that's pretty good, Monkey. I like that. 100 years from now, no one will know you existed. Make a mark today. Someone reminded him that today, when if you happen to be watching his show or whatever, or you can tweet it to him. Good for that's a good one, Monkey, and it's the top one of all the ones on. You know, this is the top, not just latest or whatever. This is the top one. Wow. Okay. Although I do like this. See the ceiling here? Here, this is pretty cool. That's pretty motivating, right? All right. You know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. That's our Monday motivation from the Ranting Monkey. Number 2 is Monday morning. We're gonna skip it. Number 3 is Beyonce Homecoming. The trailer for Beyonce Homecoming Coachella documentary is here. Oh, yippee! I can't wait. Netflix dropped the trailer for a documentary based on Beyonce's 2018 Coachella performance. You know what? I bet, I shouldn't be disparaging Beyonce, because Beyonce's very talented, and, she's an interesting person. Let's see.
To teach and to love.
This is the trailer.
What I really want to do is be a representative of my race.
So they have Maya Angelou,
of the human race. I have a chance to show how kind we can be, how intelligent and generous we can be.
Okay.
I have a chance to teach and to love and to laugh. And I know that when I finish doing what I'm sent here to do, I will be called home. And I will go home without any fear, trepidation, some wondering what's going to happen. But
yeah, little pictures of Blue Ivy there, and Jay-Z.
What advice would you have to give this generation?
Hey, the cool thing about Coachella too is that you can sing along with all the songs, and no one will know what color you are, so you can throw all those words out there and no one will give a shit. I did a video about that once. Never mind. Anyway, what else?
Tell the truth.
I wonder if this music in the background of this is gonna ding me. I bet it does. Oh well, I'm not monetized anyway. Speaking of which, I forgot my I have to shill once in a while. The Morning Night Live is brought to you by you. The way you can help me out is to share this video down here, the little share arrow, or you can hit the like button, or you can make comments when the videos, well, this is obviously a live stream, so when this becomes a video, you can go back and make comments if you want, or if you'd like to donate to the stream, to the cause, we do have a Streamlabs link down below, and every once in a while Sarah puts that in the chat. So if you ever want to super chat or just do a donation and when we're not playing, when we're not live, you can do that even when we're not live. You can do it anytime. So it's in this description of all my videos from now on. Okay, back to this thing that Maya Angelou's doing here.
To yourself first.
I think
and to the children.
Yeah, I think it does too. So anyway, this is a documentary. Oh, I see. It's interesting is she did this at Coachella. She did this kind of performance that was kind of a tribute to black colleges. You know, they have the really elaborate marching bands and the dancers and stuff, and it's really cool. Have you ever watched one of the band competitions of the traditionally black colleges? They're amazing competitions. But so anyway, she Weird place to stop the video, isn't it? So anyway, her Coachella performance was kind of a tribute to that kind of experience. Anyway. Clearly there's a few costume changes too. Oh. Well, you know, that good point. Beyonce was fine before she became Queen Bee. She's you know, she went all diva on everybody, but she's still very talented. So a lot of people are excited for Beyonce Homecoming, whatever. A lot of people are, you know, the Bayhive and whatnot, but I am not a huge fan. I think she's, what's the word? She's very talented, but nothing really stands out about her for me, other than she's very attractive, whatnot, and she's talented, but I'm just not a big Beyonce fan. I think she's way overrated, which is dangerous to say in this day and age because everyone supposedly loves Beyonce. Anyway, let's go beyond that. All right, Rex Manning is third. Who is Rex Manning? Don't know. Let's find out. And let's find out why we're talking about him. We mustn't dwell. No, not today. We can't. Not on Rex Manning Day. It's Rex Manning Day. Now I was supposed to figure out what the story behind this is. There is a story. Dwell, to linger over, emphasize, ponder, thought, speech, writing. Also dwell, thing we must not do today. Not on Rex Manning Day. There is a story. What is the story behind Rex Manning Day? I've heard of this and I cannot remember. Happy Rex Manning Day. Damn, the man saved the empire. Oh, it's from a movie. Bad news, it's Monday. The good news, it's Rex Manning Day. If you want a documentary trailer that will give you the chills, check out the trailer for Aretha Franklin's doc, Amazing Grace. Oh, I've heard that is phenomenal. Hey, Chaos, Eve. How you doing, darling? Okay, let's see. What's this? Okay, it's Rex Manning Day. And on this holiest days, I do not have time for anyone's negativity or bullshit. Let's put on our plaid miniskirts and combat boots and wiggle our way through the day to 90s alt rock. So it is written, so it shall be done. Okay, I need to figure this out. Okay. Oh, hey, it's Rex Manning Day. That wonderful time of year when we all embarrass ourselves fighting over whether a dumb teen movie is good or bad. It is good. Precisely 1 year ago, I wrote about why this madness will never end. And maybe this will explain Rex Manning Day. Maybe you'll explain Rex Manning Day. April 8th used to be wholly devoted to Generation X's annual mourning of Kurt Cobain, whose body was found on that day in 1994. Now it is better known in some circles as Rex Manning Day, theoretically a celebration of the teen movie Empire Records, which was set on April 8th out of ridiculous but apparently sincere desire to honor Cobain's memory. It is in practice, like all internet-based holidays, an excuse for adults with similar interests to indulge in the narcissism of small differences. Peruse Facebook on Rex Manning Day and you'll see more debate over Empire Records than there was upon its release in 1995, when the film was mostly ignored. Why is it named? I just want to know why it's named after Rex Manning. I want to know why. Is anyone in the chat familiar with Rex Manning Day? Oh, yeah, RJ, hi, Ree, Terrapin. I don't know. You have to have 1,000 subscribers to use YouTube. YouTube's phone app to stream, but I think you can. I've been told that you can get around that using Streamlabs Mobile or OBS Mobile. So I'll check that out. Someone said you can do that, and they tried it and it worked. Okay, so I'm not sure. Apparently Rex Manning's a character in this movie. I don't know why. I'm not going to read this whole thing. But anyway, if you already know what Rex Manning Day is, happy Rex Manning Day. And if you don't, well, you might want to look it up because people are talking about it like a lot. It's like fourth trending. It was number 2 when I opened this morning. All right. It's also number 5, National Library Week. I'm not. 9 facts about librarians you probably didn't know. Oh, maybe we should make up 9 facts about librarians. All right, here you go, Chad. Here's your challenge right now. Come up with a fact about librarians you didn't already know. Just make one up. We might use this later. Oh, make up a fact about librarians you didn't already know. I'm not even going to read the CNN article. Anyway, it's National Library Week. Libraries get a whole week. That's cool. All right, libraries get a whole week. All right, Monday thoughts. We're skipping IRG. How could something with letters be trending? The IRGC masquerades as a legitimate military organization, but none of us should be fooled, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says, announcing that the U.S. will the Irish Republican Revolutionary Guard Corps. That's the U.S. will designate Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a foreign terrorist organization. Okay. There are. That's going to be an argument all day. Some people are going to be, yeah, that's great. And then some people are just going to say it's xenophobic or whatever they're going to say. I don't know. The first 3 people up there are Pompeo, Ted Cruz applauds it. John Bolton agrees with it. Who's down here? John Bolton. Today's unprecedented move to designate the IRGC as a foreign terrorist organization demonstrates our commitment to maximize pressure on the Iranian regime until it ceases using terrorism as a tool of stagecraft. The corrupt IRGC invests in terrorism while Iran's people suffer. Well, there you go. Good idea, right? But then this guy, Siraj Hashmi, Trump has the audacity to label the IRGC a terrorist group, but won't do the same for Chipotle, whose burritos terrorize the gastrointestinal system. The gastrointestinal system of every American who goes there, scratching my head. Okay, so it wasn't serious. Interesting. Oh, and this guy says, I called your office, to Lindsey Graham. I called your office when I learned that Trump knowingly participated in a money laundering and WMD acquisition scheme with IRGC. You never called back. Please read New Yorker. Okay, so apparently they think that Trump was having deals with the Iranians. Yeah, okay, so he's going to try to bring... Okay, so obviously Trump did something wrong. There's a New Yorker article if you want me to... I might actually read that. I'm going to open that and read that later. I'm curious as to what this guy is claiming and what kind of sources he actually... what kind of sources he actually used. All right, Dionysus? Why is Dionysus... Okay, so Dionysus was the Greek god of wine and grape cultivation, fertility, and theater. He is described in literature as womanly or man-womanish, which explains the women's clothes and grapes in concept pics, the theater building in the trailer. Holy, okay, so someone thinks of Dionysius as genderqueer god of partying and pride. Yeah, the god of partying. But now he's genderqueer too, so there you go. All right, so Dionysius is genderqueer. Okay, the Greek god of partying. Let's go to Money Thoughts. We'll skip that. Dionysus. Oh, Dionysus went up right away. Holy moly! And Rex Manning's back to 3. Okay. These change quickly sometimes. Kyle Korver's trending. Is Kyle Korver getting traded? I've been trying to write this for a while. Privileged by Kyle Korver. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, he's writing a article called Privilege. When the police break your teammate's leg, you'd think you'd wake up a little. When they arrest him on a New York street, throw him in jail for the night, and leave him with a season-ending injury, you'd think it would sink in. You'd think you'd know there was more to the story. You'd think. But no. I still remember my reaction when I first what had happened to Thabo. It was in 2015, late in the season. Thabo and I were teammates on the Hawks, and we'd flown into New York after a game in Atlanta. When I woke up the next morning, our team group text was going nuts. Details were still hazy, but guys were saying Thabo hurt his leg during an arrest. Wait, he spent the night in jail? Everyone was pretty upset and confused. Well, almost everyone. My response was different. I'm embarrassed to admit it, which is why I want to share it today. Let's see. Okay, this is another article that I need to get into deeper. I don't remember this. Okay, so let's get on the morning I found out that Thabo had been arrested. Want to know what my first thought was about my friend and teammate? My first thought was, what was Thabo doing out at a club on a back-to-back? It was in back-to-back games. Yeah, not how's he doing, not what happened during the arrest, not something seems off with this story, nothing like that. Before I knew the full story and before I'd even had the chance to talk to Thabo, I sort of blamed Thabo. Okay, I hate to say this, but what if it was a back-to-back? What was he doing out? Okay, but and what happened? See, my first reaction to anything like that, if a friend of mine gets arrested, I don't immediately think, well, there's probably something wrong with it. The first thing I think about, okay, what happened? What did he do? Why did he get arrested? I thought, if I'd been in Thabo's shoes, out at a club at night, and police wouldn't have arrested me, not unless I was doing something wrong. Okay. That'd be the first thing I would think too. Cringe. It's not like it was a conscious thought. It was a pure reflex, the first thing to pop in my head. And I was worried about him, no doubt, but still cringe. So he's talking about how he treated that as privilege. I don't remember this story. But I'm definitely going to read this one. Let's just save that one for later too. Okay, good. I'm gonna leave that. Move that over. This will be interesting. Player stream. I know that as a white man, I have to hold my fellow white men accountable. Okay, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. That's curious though. Kyle Korver reflects on his attitudes as a white player in the NBA and in society and his responsibility to understand his privilege. Keep listening and do better. Good stuff. All right, we're going to read it. Great. Ed Krasenstein. Whether you're a basketball fan or not, this has nothing to do with basketball and everything to do with a racial problem that many of us don't think exists. Kyle Korver is a hero both on and off the court. Take a moment to read his op-ed. Yeah, I'm going to take a moment to read it. I'm curious. I'd like to hear the full story, so we're going to read that one later. But Kyle Korver is going to be... In fact, Kyle Korver is going to be #1 today. I guarantee it. And he came out of nowhere. He wasn't even on the list when I looked at this earlier. Episcopalians are trending. Uh-oh. I grew up in the Episcopal Church. Why are Episcopalians trending? Oh, there we go. Oh, good God. Okay, so Buttigieg, the guy he's a mayor of South Bend, Indiana, running for president. Openly gay, married, whatnot. He is an Episcopalian. And apparently the... Buttigieg, the hypocrisy is unbelievable. Evangelical responses. Democrats can't actually be Christians. Gays can't actually be Christians. Episcopalians can't actually be Christians. 2020 is going to be worse than we could ever imagine. That's from Gabe Malier, who's pretty much Well, he's a major anti-Trumper, but he's also he is a conservative, and he's a principled conservative. So it's interesting. Yeah, I hate that phrase. As a member of, I need to speak for all of us. Yeah, I hear you, Chaos. I hear you, Eve. An increasing number of right-wing figures undercutting Buttigig's religiosity by dismissing Episcopalians. You can't yeah, that's stupid. Hello, us Episcopalians are, well, I grew up Episcopalian. They're Christians, folks. Sorry, they really are. My mother is a deacon in an Episcopalian church still. At 90 years old, or almost 90. My mother's 90th birthday's this year. I gotta remember, we're throwing a big party for her on July 6th. We might have to do we're gonna do a GoFundMe for her party and then donate all the additional proceeds to the church that she's been a member of since she was born. She's still in the same church that she grew up in. So we're gonna make a big donation to the church. Hopefully that'll work. We'll put that up someday and send that out to a lot of people we know. Okay. All right. So people are bashing the Episcopal Church. Part of it is because they were one of the first churches to, or not one of the first, but one of many denominations that have been very accepting of people who don't necessarily follow what you would think are traditional values. But, you know, they've been very accepting of gay people and all kinds of things. So it's, you know, I'm sorry. I don't, and my personal thoughts on that are, if you grew up learning about Christ, you know that Christ loved everyone, and you get forgiven for anything that might be considered a sin or whatever. But so I think everyone is welcome to the church, you would think, but there are certain denominations and whatnot that I don't think that way, and that's their prerogative too, but I disagree with them. Sorry, folks. You got to be open to people and let people be who they are, whatever. And let them figure it out. It's, it's not for man to judge, it's for God to judge. And God will take care of that, whatever. When he or she or whatever is ready and whatever. So okay, enough of that. Foreign terrorist organization, that's about the Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard. We already talked about that. Hank Aaron. Oh, yes. You know what today is? I remember watching this. Man, and they televised almost every Braves game while they are waiting for this to happen. And this is cool. Today, in 1974, Hank Aaron hit his 715th home run to pass Babe Ruth for #1 on the all-time home run list. You know the great thing about Hank Aaron, he was a fantastic baseball player, and you know that he was not on steroids. So he went 715 the old-fashioned way by just knocking that ball out of the park. It was such a cool thing when they. Oh, stop that music. I don't want to hear the music because I'm going to get dinged. Anyway, boom. That's the 715th home run to go one past Babe Ruth's record of 714 that lasted for a long dang time. So it was cool because people were running around the bases with him. Oh, Tariq Nasheed recognized this. Interesting. Let's see how he phrases it. On this date in 1974, baseball legend Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's home run record. This same year, Hank Aaron also broke the record for receiving almost 1 million letters of hate mail from white supremacists all over the U.S. who are upset about a black man beating Babe Ruth's record. Way to drop a big old turd in the punch bowl, Tariq. Way to go, buddy. Oh, God. You just couldn't, you just couldn't, whatever. Highest confirmed volume of mail received by any private citizen 1 year, 900,000 letters by the baseball star. You know what, though? Notice the difference in how Tariq says this. Almost 1 million letters of hate mail from white supremacists. But this says, yes, a third were letters of hate engendered by his bettering Babe Ruth's career record. A lot of people were just mad that he broke the record. Yes, a lot of it was racially tinged. But of those 900,000 letters, 600 600,000 of the letters were of congratulations. Over 600,000. So, Tariq, you're just full of shit. God damn. Just keep your ass from above my punch bowl, because I don't want your turds flopping in it, okay? Good, a great day for Hank Aaron, okay? This day, 45 years ago, Hank Aaron cracks 715 to become baseball's all-time home run leader. Journalists race to get to him first. A winner, a 22-year-old kid named Craig Sager. Oh, Craig Sager was, I did not realize that. Working for a radio station for a paycheck of about $95 a week. Craig Sager is a legend in sportscasting. So that's cool. All right, good for him. All right, so that's why Hank Aaron's trending today. Fucking Tariq Nasheed. I can't believe it. Tariq made me swear. Hello, Check Your Logic. I just noticed you in the stream. I didn't say hi yet. Shia Grath, I did say hi. Maybe you heard me. Maybe you didn't. And Eve, you know I love you, babe. All right. Ricardo Lewis. Dolphins signed former Browns receiver Ricardo Lewis. Don't care. Oh, here's a good one. I saw this one. I gotta finish this up. So we're gonna end pretty soon. But this one, Baltimore City Council. Did you know that the entire Baltimore City Council has asked Mayor Catherine Pugh to resign from her position, effective immediately? If you haven't been paying attention at all what's happening in Baltimore, she had some issues. She decided to take a leave of absence. Apparently she, what did she do? She did something about it with a book. Let's see, find this here. Every member of the Baltimore Council except Jack Young has signed a letter calling on her to resign. Where's the one about she was making some big money from people around the city that the city was supposed to be doing business with, who I think endorsed some book she wrote or something. Yeah, all the members. Let's see if I can find it here, if they have it, if they put anything about it in here. The letter by Baltimore City Council is wholly too late. It's been apparent for at least 1 week that there's a massive corporate capture of our city government. Even now, there's been no legislation proposed or leadership around how to change our systems. The rest of the Baltimore City Council joined council members Dorsey and Cohen calling for the mayor to resign. This comes a week after the governor requested the state prosecutor open an investigation, and she announced temporary leave citing her health. Yeah, she apparently was... oh, here it is. Baltimore will have a cloud over its head as city probes Mayor Catherine Pugh's book deal, says council member. The Baltimore City Council calling for Mayor Catherine Pugh to resign in the wake of a controversial book deal, according to media reports. In a letter addressed to Pugh, the council says it is not in the best interest of the city of Baltimore for her to continue to serve as mayor, urging her to resign immediately, WJZ-TV Channel 13 reported. Pugh took a leave of absence April 1st in wake of the controversy over her Healthy Holly book deal with the University of Maryland Medical System. In a statement, Councilman Brandon Scott said the city will continue to have a cloud over its head while the investigation continues into Mayor Pugh's business dealings goes on, WJZ reported. Baltimore deserves a mayor who can focus on reducing crime, improving our schools, and restoring trust in our government. Yeah, reducing crime in Baltimore, that's going to be a trick because the police don't want to be working as police in Baltimore anymore because they do not have the... they don't seem to have the support of City Hall in Baltimore, and so that's going to be a tough task. Eric Erickson's trending. He's a conservative writer. Why is he trending? Oh, that has to do with because he's the one who started this thing about Episcopalians. Come on, Eric. You can do better, man. Come on. Terrible. Here's what he said. I mean, if Buttigieg thinks evangelicals should be supporting him instead of Trump, he fundamentally doesn't understand the roots of Christianity, but then he is an Episcopalian, so he might not actually understand Christianity more than superficially. Bite me. All Episcopalians are basically Catholic light, okay? Everything but the confession, they're Catholics. They just have branched off from the Catholic Church during, I think, King Henry VII or something like that. Come on, dude. Shut up. Whatever. All right. Come on. That's why Eric Erickson's trending. Iran's Jalen Smith. Why is Jalen Smith trending? Oh, Jalen Smith, the basketball player. He's going to go return for... He's a beast, man. That dude is so good. But he is going to return for his sophomore year. Thank you, Jalen Smith, for returning to Maryland instead of trying to go pro. You're probably a year or two early. Yeah. Pete. Catholics without all the kid diddling. Yeah, you know, Episcopal priests can get married. In fact, one of the guys a guy I went to high school is now the bishop of the Nebraska diocese, and he's married, has a few kids. Yeah, you know, the Episcopal priests can get married, and so they don't have to. They don't need extracurricular activities. Oh, and then the last one I'm going to do before I do just one fun one. Batavia High School is in the Chicagoland area. Apparently this morning there was the school was placed on lockdown. Apparently there were reports of a person with a rifle entering the school. They did find out that was a false report, and they cleared it up, and everything's good in Batavia. So that's good news. We do not need... Oh, great. See, now look at this. But see, people, even before there's even... Let's see. Yeah, people already yelling before they even know the story. Please stay away from Batavia High School until further notice. Police responded to a report of an unknown man entering with a rifle to the school. But there's people down here. Another rifle, another shooter, another terror. Congrats, NRA. It was a false report. Watch. Batavia High School cleared after report of person armed with a rifle entering school. Police say the suspicious person was a student athlete carrying a baseball bat. Thanks, NRA. Oh, baseball bat. Good God. It was a student athlete with a baseball bat. You know. But it's funny because there are all these people. The thing about Batavia High School that everyone is missing is that we are on the verge of runaway climate change, and we need a complete rethink of the global economy to ensure a just society and avoid planetary catastrophe. What the F does that have to do with Batavia High School? Good God. And just now, principal has been notified, at least whatever it was, so early in the day before school is filled up. I still have no idea what, but pretty sure Batavia. Okay, that made sense. That sentence didn't make sense. I can't even talk after reading that sentence because it was so bad. Oh, my heart goes out to the students and faculty of Batavia High School as they try to return to a normal school day. Yeah. It's a scare. It certainly is, but oh man. I wish they would report on, again, news is when it bleeds, it leads. And so you never hear the good news about schools. Like, oh, in fact, I've got a good one. And I'm going to end on a great story today. And it just happens to be my Twitter. Let's see. Let me check my... Hey, Johnny Hell. That isn't it here. My... Purveyor of Perversion sent me something. I'm gonna leave that for now and go to the story that I really, really liked. Let me find it here real quick. It will take me just a second here. Here, let's go down and just go on my own timeline. I apologize for this is one that I had set up earlier too that I wish I had. Here it goes. All right. I'm going to finish with this story because this story just made me smile. Identical twins named valedictorian Salutatorian of Ohio High School. Toledo High School, a set of identical twins just claimed the top 2 spots in their class at an Ohio high school. Deontay Wright was named valedictorian at Scott High School in Toledo for the class of 2019 with a 4.5 GPA, according to WTVG. His brother, DeAndre, slid in just behind him as salutatorian with a 4.4 GPA. We both like to compete against each other, DeAndre told WTVG. We want to score higher than each other. Come next year, both will be at Ohio State University on full scholarships studying engineering. And then let's just watch the report.
Well, 2 local brothers are receiving the highest.
I'm going to pause this. This is just a story that makes me happy. You know what? Stories of achievement always bring a smile to my face. So we're going to watch this last one, and then I'm going to get out of here. So here we go. All right.
Academic honors a student can receive in high school. One is a valedictorian, the other a salutatorian. The combination has many doing a double take.
You're not seeing double. Meet identical twins Deontay and DeAndre Wright. The 17-year-old twins are leading the way in the class of 2019.
Well, we both like to compete against each other, so me and him competing is what made us valedictorian and salutatorian, because we want to score higher than each other.
With a 4.5 GPA, Deontay is the valedictorian of Scott High School. With a 4.4 GPA, DeAndre is a salutatorian. It was hard to calculate who would get the top slot.
Our GPAs would switch back and forth.
But firstborn twin Deontay came out on top.
It feels awesome knowing that I put in the work and got something out of it. It feels great at the end of the day.
Both twins win at the end of the day. They've secured full rides at Ohio State University.
Awesome.
After high school, we both want to major in electrical engineering and own our own engineering firm and minor in business.
Both hold down 2 jobs, and they've completed 70 hours of community service.
Me giving back is a way I could not only feel good as a person, but also help change the community.
Proving this success is twice as nice.
Aw, nice little pun there at the end. So that's a great story. You know, I always, I wish you would hear these stories every day. And just even, especially, you know, growing up as a black kid, you know, where I grew up, you know, I had examples in my family that I could always go to because my parents were both had master's degrees, and my grandmother taught, you know, was a professor and taught both in public schools and also at Creighton University. And it was just cool. By the way, Chaos Eve, you're so sweet. I don't always look this good. Anyway, no, these are the kind of stories I want to hear more of, you know, instead of stories of people saying that they're discriminated against, blah, blah, blah. I want people to know that they can achieve, you know? I mean, it's just, if you have, if you're told all the time that someone's holding you down, then of course you're not going to believe that. But if you're told that there are people who do these things, and, you know, these 2 guys are going to Ohio State University for free because they're top of their class and they do all this community service. They both work 2 jobs and they still were able to do it. Now, I don't know anything about their family life. I don't know anything about their parents. I don't know anything about their grandparents. I don't know anything about what their influences are. But clearly, obviously, they play off each other and always help each other work hard. So, you know, I wish that were the example. There's so many opportunities for everybody. Even if you're not that smart, even if you're, but there are opportunities for everyone to succeed in life. And so this story popped up and I was like, this is a great story. And so I'm happy to finish with that. Okay. So, I'm sorry, chat, for ignoring the chats. I hope you all were having good conversations. I missed most of it. The media can't do that. They must push division. Yeah, the media gets eyes on things that bleed. You know, that I'm sure that Batavia story, I'm sure that there were people just salivating, you know, to hoping that it'd be another school shooter that they could have their reports on. There was already people in the comments of that story, or using that hashtag, that were already blaming the NRA for something that actually turned out to be a baseball bat. of a baseball player, a student athlete. You know, I mean, I understand the caution, and they absolutely. I'm glad they had the, you know, caution to find out what happened. But you know, that hashtag when I first opened up Twitter this morning was I think it was number 8 or 9. Now it's down to almost 20, and probably nobody will talk about it for us today because it didn't happen. I want to talk about that because it didn't happen. But more importantly, I want to talk about these guys, these identical twins who were number 1 and 2 in their class, and are going to college for free because they were great students. They worked hard. They want to be electrical engineers. That's why the other day when that little thing about I don't want to talk about AOC too much, but when she was talking in front of the National Action Network and she was talking in that kind of phony vernacular accent that she kind of put on that I've never, ever heard her use. And she's talking about, it's okay to be a bartender. It's okay to fold clothes because you're working in retail. It's okay to, you know, cook the food that the people are going to eat. Yeah, of course those jobs are okay. But you're talking to a room of activists who probably have much better jobs than that, or it's also okay to do really well in school and aspire to be an electrical engineer and get your school paid for because you were a great student. It's also okay to, you know, to understand that there's opportunities. So, rant over. I gotta be done. Anyway, hello. It was racist. It was, you know, there was a study done that when Democrats, politicians, talk to communities of color, they dumb down their language and their speech when they talk to communities. I hate the words community of color, but that's for the lack of better term. When they talk to black people, they dumb down their language and speech and vocabulary. When Republicans talk to communities of color, they don't change how they talk. And that's just one of those things. It's like, which is more racist? The Republicans who might have some different policy positions than you, or the Democrats who talk down to you like you're an idiot and talk about you as though the only jobs you have are maids and bartenders and someone folding clothes for someone else. I was in banking. Okay. I was never in, yes, I worked as a bartender when I was young and I did those jobs when I was young, but I was a banker for a long time. Who are you talking to, AOC? Not me. So, you know, my cousins, my family, lawyers, doctors. It's like, is that all you think of black people? Is that, oh, we're all doing the dirty jobs that, you know, whatever. Anyway, don't forget. When I was growing up, even the veterinarian we used for our pets was black. He was a veterinarian. In fact, he had the biggest veterinarian office in Omaha. So I don't know. Anyway, hey, that's it for the Morning Night Live today. As you know, we're here every day, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 2 p.m. GMT. And, you know, don't forget that to help us out, share the videos. I would love to start growing subscribers. Like I said, I'm going to start doing cutouts of this stream as standalone videos, and then I'm going to start making standalone videos again. I've got a couple in the works. So hopefully we'll get those out soon. Share those too if you see them pop up. My last comment, I'm going to listen to Black Romeo. Let's see. Think about this. When else do people change their voice when they speak to others? When they're talking to babies or animals, they start speaking cutesy. Yep, that's a good point. And Chaos Eve just goes to show they don't actually respect black people. Yeah, they don't. They think they are like little children that need to be babied and taken care of just long enough to get their votes. Yeah, and that's Ain't that the truth? All right. Well, on that note, I got to go. I'm thank you so much for being here today and coming and joining me ever so often. I really enjoy doing this, and I hope that I'm entertaining and at least you learned something new today or at least had some fun. So thank you, everybody. My name is Dawg Knight, and I got to go. I am out of here. Bye. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and I want to thank you for joining me today on the Dawg Knight channel. Before you go, if you like what you saw and you're not already subscribed, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below, and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 2 p.m. GMT. A special thanks to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through our Streamlabs link in the description below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.